Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we turn our attention to a major political development unfolding in South Africa, a large-scale protest march taking place in Pretoria, led by Defence South Africa and supported by a coalition of civil rights organizations. This demonstration marks a significant moment in the country's political landscape, as protesters demand the immediate resignation of President Cyril Ramaphosa. The protest, which has drawn massive participation from civil society groups, opposition parties, and concerned citizens, highlights growing dissatisfaction with the current administration. Organizers cite governance failures, economic mismanagement, and allegations of corruption as the primary reasons for their call to action. Many South Africans feel that the government is not doing enough to address critical issues like unemployment, service delivery failures, and lack of accountability in public office. But what exactly led to this moment? Why is there such a strong push for Ramaphosa to step down? Let's take a deeper look. Over the past few years, South Africa has faced a series of challenges, including a struggling economy, high unemployment rates, and ongoing corruption scandals that have eroded public trust in leadership. Despite Ramaphosa's promises to tackle corruption and rebuild the economy, many believe his administration has fallen short. Load shedding continues to cripple businesses, poverty levels remain high, and basic services like water and electricity are failing in several communities. For many, this protest represents a boiling point, a moment when the frustration of ordinary citizens has reached its peak. Protesters gathered early this morning at a central location in Pretoria before marching towards key government buildings, where they plan to submit a formal petition detailing their grievances. The march organizers have emphasized their commitment to a peaceful demonstration, urging participants to adhere to lawful conduct while making their voices heard. Now, let's talk about the security situation. With tensions running high, law enforcement agencies are on high alert to ensure public order. So far, reports indicate that there have been no major disruptions, but authorities remain prepared for any developments. In previous protests of this scale, there have been instances of clashes between demonstrators and police, but today's organizers have repeatedly called for calm and discipline among their supporters. However, it's important to note that this protest is not just about Ramaphosa as an individual, it's about deeper structural issues that have plagued South Africa for years. The country's economic woes, widespread corruption, and ongoing service delivery problems have left many disillusioned with the government as a whole. Political analysts are weighing in, noting that while calls for Ramaphosa's resignation are not new, today's march signals a more coordinated and determined effort by civil society to push for change. This movement could potentially gain further traction in the coming weeks, especially if public frustration continues to grow. But on the other side of the debate, Ramaphosa supporters argue that his leadership is essential for the country's stability. They believe that his government is making efforts to address these long-standing issues and that replacing him now could create further political instability at a time when South Africa is already facing numerous economic and social challenges. So, the big question remains, will this protest lead to actual change? Or will it be another moment of public outrage that fades away without real political consequences? As the day unfolds, all eyes are on Pretoria to see how the government will respond. Will Ramaphosa address the concerns of the protesters? Will opposition parties capitalize on this momentum to push for broader political shifts? And most importantly, will South Africans continue to mobilize in the coming weeks to demand real change? We'll keep you updated as events develop, so make sure to stay tuned. What do you think about today's protest? Do you believe Ramaphosa should step down, or do you think he still has a role to play in leading South Africa through these challenges? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis on South African politics and current affairs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.